am Brianna,
And I'm Abby,
and this is Blessed.
and highly medicated. Believe it or not, this is the Galentine's Day episode.
We're so excited.
I don't know if we've given you any hints at all that would make you think that, but this is, and it's a very important day for us as girls, as friends.
As a woman.
Brianna this weekend had sort of a little Galentine's get together with her local friends and made some
Yeah.
goodies. So I would love to hear about that.
Well, it wasn't officially our Galentine's,
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't think we will be getting together before then because life is crazy.
Yes.
But yeah, so I had some friends over and we were gonna do like tea party themed sort of thing. So I made scones and clotted cream. One of my friends actually, she's like, I hate the way that sounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
agree
like
with
kind of
that friend.
like moist, you know? Some people they can't do that word either. So,
Yeah,
um
I understand that.
yeah.
Clot just has a different
Just-
connotation to
You
it.
think of blood. That's the
Yeah,
only thing you think of when you think of blood.
exactly.
Or clot, sorry, you think of blood. Anyways, so I made uh authentic English clotted cream. And if you're English, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If it's not, my recipe's not authentic. I can take it. And please let me know how I can improve upon it. But you get like very unpasteurized, like it's slightly pasteurized whole whipping cream. And
Mm.
so, luckily, one of our grocery stores does carry some from a local farmer, and it just so happens to be organic and it's like grade A pasteurized. I think it said maybe, anyways, it's not ultra pasteurized. So it's like super like creamy and like whenever you pour it, like there's a fat cream on it. And so
Okay.
I got a quart of that. Yeah, a quart, I think. Anyways, I poured it in this casserole dish. You pour it all in there, and it needs to be about an inch deep. And you put it on low in your oven. So I did 175 for 12 hours.
12 hours?
12 hours. So, yes. And I found out my oven actually shuts off after 12 hours automatically.
That's probably a good
So,
safety feature.
I know it was, but it's just 175, so it's not too hot. So you do that for 12 hours and then you remove it, place it in the fridge, and then by the time I got home from work, I take it out and there's like a thick layer of cream on top, like thick, nice cream, um, smooth cream. And so
Does it taste like butter, kind of?
it's like the consistency of like a butter, but it's like not as hard as butter. Like
But
it's
I'm saying the
creamy.
taste. Is it tangy? Is it
No, no, it's
like
it's
yogurt?
cream.
It's
No,
whipped cream.
but like I can't explain it. Like if you haven't had it, there's no way to explain it. And then like so you scrape it off, and then I mix some sugar with mine
Mm.
and such, just a little bit, not a lot. And then you pour the leftover cream is really good. So like I baked it with my scones, and then like so instead of using the cream like other milk or whatever, I use that leftover for my scones. And then I use something. Oh, this morning I had to make more caramel sauce for my coffees in the mornings. And so it calls for buttermilk, but I was like, I'm just going to use the rest of this cream. And it turned out fine. So, yeah, anyways, it was really good. So, okay, so made that. We had like a charcuterie. Then we painted candlesticks. And let me tell you, that started off really exciting. And then I just kept getting frustrated because it was like, there's not enough space to work with here. So, but it was a really easy thing to do while you're just chatting and having
Got it.
girl time.
So I
And
saw a
yeah,
picture of the
yeah,
candlesticks.
yeah.
Were all of were those all of yours, or how did
No.
that work? Because there was various
I bought
themes.
a yes, I bought a pack of 16 and we just were all doing them just however our hearts pleased. So like one of my girlfriends, she did the ghost one and she did a silver one with pink and red hearts on it and a mushroom one and then I don't know if she did another one, but I did like two Mardi Gras ones, two floral ones, one with like blue dots, and then my other friend, she was more of supporting us because she was feeling not super crafty. She's like, I'm not crafty, guys. I'm not crafty. And we're
Right
like, you
there
can
with
do
her.
this. Yeah. So like, there's one that's just green, and like, that's hers. And then like she did
That's
another one with
perfect.
like these little hearts and it says love on it. And I mean that took her as long as it took us to do the ones that we did. So
Well, what kind of scones did you make?
I made half blueberry and half cranberry
Okay.
with sourdough discard. Yeah.
Fancy.
So fancy. So good though. So good with
Yes,
the cream. So highly recommend
I
you guys
stopped
get your
doing
gals
something.
together and do that.
That was Brianna's blessed and highly flavored corner.
Yes, there we go. So flavorful.
I think we should define Galentine's Day since we're going so gung ho and celebrating it.
Yeah,
What do you think?
absolutely.
It comes from the show Parks and Recreation, which we'll get to in a minute. Parks and Rec has been a cornerstone of Brianna and I's friendship. And so there's an episode, I think, in the second season where Leslie Knope, the main character, takes her friends out to breakfast or brunch, and she calls it Galentine's Day as opposed to Valentine's Day. And it takes place on February 13th. And her
Mm-hmm.
definition is, what's Galentine's Day? Oh, it's only the best day of the year. Every February 13th, my lady friends and I leave our husbands and boyfriends at home. We just come and kick it breakfast style. Ladies celebrating ladies. It's like Lilith Fair, minus the Yanks, plus frittatas. Basically, it celebrates female friendships. It is a way to celebrate love, regardless of a romantic relationship. And it's just fun and goofy and girly, which is what we're
Yeah.
into. It's, should we tell them why Parks and Rec is funny to us?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think so. You should
Oh,
go for it, Abby.
okay,
Go
so
for it.
one of the first times Brianna and I hung out, and I, you were asking me what kind of TV shows I liked, and I told
Mm-hmm.
her several, and then I said Parks and Rec. And I either heard you or Terry in my interpretation say, "Oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh, I love that show,"
Mm-hmm.
or "I've watched that show," or something like that. And I just took it in my brain and went, "Oh, like that's something we have in common." Well, a few months later, Brianna and Terry were getting married, and they had like a photo booth kind of thing, and
Mm-hmm.
then a wedding book like for the guests to
Yes.
sign. And I quoted Parks and Rec from the main character's wedding that says, "I love
Mm-hmm.
you and I like you." And so I signed it. I think it's a picture of me and my dad because my mom
Yeah,
was in a different room.
I think
And
so.
and didn't think anything about it. I was like, "Oh, that's great. You know, you guys go on your honeymoon, yada yada yada." You're looking
Mm-hmm.
through the wedding book like when you get back. You like took a picture and said, "What
Mm-hmm.
does this quote mean?" And I was like,
Like,
"You
does
don't
she not
know?
know?
You don't know what this very important quote means?"
Yeah.
And turns out Brianna had not really watched Parks and Recreation. I
Uh-uh.
think what I half heard was her saying either her sister had watched it or I've been wanting to watch it or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Yeah.
And my brain, like going through the house or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
heard, "Oh, I've watched it all."
Yeah.
And so there's this like permanent keepsake.
Yes. Which I think Terry had watched it some before we had got together. So maybe there's maybe he said something about it, but he actually does not like it.
Terry, Terry,
I
Terry.
know. One of those shows, it's kind of like The Office. Like, it just gets better every time you watch it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because
it
you
really
like,
does. And we'll let you figure out who the Leslie and the Anne are.
oh.
It's not obvious at all.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Doesn't help that you're a nurse, too.
Yeah, I mean that's a giveaway, and you know, my husband's fallen down before, but not in a big hole. I mean, she wasn't married to him,
Yeah.
but like, you know.
Thank God.
Oh, you're all but in office,
I'm
so
all but in office. There is a quote about Leslie and Anne's friendship that I think really sums up who we are to each other. There is an episode, I think again in the second season,
mhm.
that Anne is doing a talking head to the camera and says, you know, Leslie is a friend you can count on. You can always call her in the middle of the night. She's usually up and usually already on her way.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure Brianna has, thankfully, she has Do Not Disturb on her
I
phone,
do. I do. It comes
but
on at 10:30.
the text that she gets from me could be at any time of night
Yeah.
because my brain,
I love seeing that, like, whenever you reply, like, because I have a tiny bladder, and so I do get up at various times to do things in the middle of the night. And I'll see that you responded or like that you read it, and I'm like, girl, what are you doing up? What are you doing up?
what am I doing up? We gotta get to the bottom of
No one
this.
should be up at this ungodly hour.
At least I'm working, man.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could say the same thing about my room, though. Like, I wish I had the energy that I do to write on my computer or my phone to put away my clean laundry.
I have
Like,
some really good ideas at 3 a.m. I'm like, wow, how did I not think of that whenever I was like conscious? And so sometimes I'll email them to myself.
I don't email them to myself, but I do have my notes app,
Uh huh.
like, is just hundreds of ideas for stuff. And it's all at like from midnight to 4 in the
Yeah.
morning.
And sometimes they're great ideas, and sometimes you're like, what?
Yeah.
Or like, you're like, what was I trying to write? Because it does not come out right. Like, you know, and you're like texting it like this, and you're like, and then spell check corrects it to something else.
Yeah. And but then
And
the idea is gone forever.
yeah.
So, someone else that uses the Notes app a lot is Taylor Swift.
Does she really?
Yes, so she will
Wow.
send herself voice notes or write in the Notes app. And because Taylor is such a lover, our our Brianna made a quiz to see if we could
I
figure out
did.
which Taylor Swift era we are currently in.
Yes.
We will have the
Yes.
quiz available for you all. Something to do with your
Yes.
friends.
We want to
If
know your results.
if you want to know, because it's really important this day and age to know which Taylor Swift era you're in, because,
I
like,
know.
if you get drafted or something, that's probably a question they'll ask. The government needs
What
to know
is
this.
what is your which Taylor Swift do you most identify with at this
Yeah,
current time in
and
your life?
so I would love it, Brianna, if you would ask some of the questions that are on the quiz. Maybe we can go over some of the potential answers.
Yes. So, which Taylor Swift era are you? Answer each question and keep track. So, of the letter that you most often choose. Now, I'm not going to read all of the answer options. You guys can look at that. But these are some of the questions that we have. So, number one, how do you handle heartbreak or disappointment? Number two, your ideal weekend looks like. Number three, pick a lyric vibe. And so it's like just different vibes,
Right.
of songs or whatever. How do people usually describe you? That's number four.
Ooh.
And number five, your style aesthetic is closest to. And number six, what matters most to you right now? So there's A through F on all of these answer choices. And so basically, you write down what which one you most identify with, and then
Okay.
whichever one you have the most of at the end is your era.
And what era did you end up?
Well, it was like almost half and half seas. I'm mostly in my midnight era, but I'm also in lover era.
I think you're always in
So
lover era. You have a sweet husband and a sweet
I
son
do. I
and
do.
sweet little
We
puppies.
Yeah. We've been super social lately, so I think that that's why the midnight era is
Oh, that makes
mine.
sense.
Is more, because we've been doing a lot of things with people and all these 6-year-old birthday parties we've been going to. So we've just been partying it up over here. Abby, what era are you in?
Well, firstly, I did the quiz as soon as you sent it to me because I feel like that kind of thing is vital
Time is of the
information.
essence. We need to
I was
know.
like, I don't care that I cured cancer and climate change. Like, I need to do this first.
Yes.
I think most of my answers were D, and
Okay.
I believe that made me folklore
Ooh.
evermore-ish.
So so
But was
suspenseful.
Tortured Poets Department an an answer?
I don't think so.
Because
Midnight, Lover, Folklore, Evermore, Reputation, Fearless, Speak Now, and then the debut era.
I really gotta say, if I could choose, not choose, just like based on
Mm-hmm.
observations of myself,
Yeah.
it should be Folklore Evermore slash Tortured Poets Department.
Right. Right.
Like if you knew my life this like last year, the song I Hate It Here,
Nail on the head.
nail on the head.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, we're gonna have to revise that quiz for
yeah,
next
because I don't like
Galentine's.
what's hard about Taylor Swift is I grew up on like her early albums. Like I remember being in like the seventh or
Yes.
eighth grade and waiting for like
Yes.
the Mine music video to come out and stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
I never like kind of after that I didn't really follow her.
Uh-huh.
And then when since my family was such big Chiefs fans and everything, Taylor became like a topic of conversation virtually every day in my
Mm-hmm.
household. And then, of course, it coincided with the Eras tour and everything. So I listened to Tortured Poets Department and I was like, this is really good. And I actually kind of
Mm-hmm.
relate to a lot of these songs more than I expected. I don't know if I
Wow.
could name any songs from like Reputation,
Mm-hmm.
Midnight.
Reputation. That's
Oh,
one of them.
Reputation is one,
Yeah.
or whatever the ones are in between.
Yeah, so I kind of fell off same like after like I was really into it like all of the Fearless, the very first Taylor Swift
Yeah, yeah,
album,
yeah.
the Speak Now. I actually went to the Speak Now tour and we were like in the very back
You did?
nosebleeds, but I was living my best life. Yes, that's all
How
we
did
could
I not
afford.
know
Like
that?
I was like 2 rows from the top of the back of the stadium of Shreveport Bossier. Yeah. And but I was like I was
Was
there
it
and then my
great?
mom, oh my gosh, it was great and I wish I still had the t-shirt. And my mom was later like I really wish we could have gotten better seats because I really wish you could have been closer. And I was like, "Mom, I'm just like so happy I got to go. Like, are you kidding?" Like I was like living it and like she was like like floating around the room for one of the songs and yeah, but yeah, that's the only show I've been to of hers. I really love some of the songs from the Tortured Poets Department that she later published, that like the acoustic versions, like the
Yeah.
just like her and the piano, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it just makes you feel the feel. Like it's just so, I love songs that make you feel something and like tell a
Yeah.
story and not just singing about how cute someone is and boopity
Right.
bop bop bop. Yeah, like I want you to make me feel something like I'm watching The Notebook in 3 minutes.
Yeah, I get that. And like I what I found though, and this is just like I don't know, Christian perspective, I don't mean to sound churchy about this, is that even
No.
though I related to a lot of those songs in Tortured Poets
Mm-hmm.
so much, I realized that it kind of fed the like kind of bitterness and
Mm-hmm.
angst, criticism, and like even things I felt
Mm-hmm.
about myself a
Mm-hmm.
little too much. So I kind of had to put a pause on listening
Right.
to it because I realized like I'd be in the car like saying like you deserve prison but you won't get time and feeling every lyric being like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't need to be this angry, like God's gonna
Right.
figure things out for me.
Yes.
But there were various situations in my life that I was like, this is hitting home. So it was good for
Yeah.
a little bit, but then it was like,
Yeah. You have to have a healthy respect,
yes,
and you have to
absolutely.
know what you can handle.
But it doesn't mean I don't like music or appreciate it. It's just not
Yes.
something to meditate on like I was.
Yeah. Well, and no, I think you do have to be careful what you do listen to because there's certain tempos and beats and rhythms that can put you into certain headspaces and obviously listening to lyrics that are very explicit and talking about certain
Yeah.
things, um, it can put you in a headspace that you don't need to be in. And so, one of the things I do appreciate about Taylor Swift is because some of her newer stuff, there's some graphic stuff in it, but she has made a like family friendly, non explicit version of some of these
Some of it,
albums.
like, I guess the hard part is like
Yes.
there's one song in particular
Mm-hmm.
that got made clean. I'm just gonna say
Mm-hmm.
that. But the innuendo is still there.
It's still there. Yeah.
So I think that would be a hard one to listen to with kids because
Yeah.
it's a bop, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So
Mm-hmm.
like if a kid
And you
is
don't want your kids singing that.
singing that, even though they have no
Like,
idea what it
yeah,
means,
they have
it
no
was like
idea.
me quoting Seinfeld when I was 5 years old.
Like, you want to see what our 5-year-old does?
Yeah, it was literally a party trick for my parents. It's interesting, but yeah, be careful, little ears,
Mm-hmm.
what you hear. Oh, Brianna, do you know anything about the origins of Valentine's Day?
Yes, the Candy Factory.
You are so wrong. So
Oh
wrong, my
man,
friend.
darn it. I guess you might need to enlighten me on this.
Well, here's the deal. I didn't know either before doing some Googling. I always knew, peripherally, if that's a word, that Valentine's Day was named after Saint Valentine.
Saint Valentine.
We're not Catholic, but probably a good dude if he's made a saint.
Yeah,
Didn't
yeah.
think about it that deeply. But I was curious because it's like it's so ubiquitous
Mm-hmm.
that, or at least in English speaking countries, I assume other places too, like it's either a holiday about love, romantic love.
Mm-hmm.
We have kind of obvious decorations.
Mm-hmm.
It has a very obvious theme. And then I was like, why are we doing this? Because I always want to know more. I'm
Mm-hmm.
always suspicious of pretty much everything. And so I did a little Googling. This is by no means a comprehensive education on St. Valentine, but it is kind of
Right.
interesting. So this is a summary I got from Google, and I'll just kind of read it. The true story of St. Valentine is shrouded in mystery, with
Ooh.
historians believing there might have been multiple St. Valentines. So we can't even
Oh.
like pin down exactly which Valentine it was. There were a number of Christian martyrs with the name Valentine in third
Oh.
century Rome. So, third century Rome, that's a long time ago. That's
Yeah.
1700 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of funny to think about that name Valentine. Like, can you imagine them being
Yeah,
in the
it's
third
like
century?
John Smith, but it's
Yeah.
like
What are they?
Valentine. Which one are you talking
Yeah,
about?
which
There's
one?
so many of us.
But most of the legend, at least of Saint Valentine, involves a priest. or someone that was like a priest
Okay.
that defied Emperor Claudius II by secretly marrying Christian couples,
Oh my
leading to
gosh.
his execution
Oh,
on February 14th because he kept marrying people, and I guess Christian marriages were banned at the time in Rome.
yes.
So that's kind of the legend or the myth of how he is associated with like romantic love. If that's true, wow.
Wow. What a thing to
Amazing.
die for.
What a thing to die for. Truth be told, this I don't know what the right word is. When people become saints in the Catholic
Uh-huh.
Church, and maybe this is true for Orthodox Church too, usually how what they're made a saint of is in relation to how they died.
Oh, okay.
So like there's I can't remember which saint it is, and I'll put a blurb of who it is, but there was a saint who was skinned alive,
Oh my gosh.
and he became the saint of leather.
Oh, wow.
So that if that's an extreme,
Mm-hmm.
example, but so
Yeah.
I'm guessing what they're trying to say is that Saint Valentine died because he was marrying people.
Mm-hmm.
He's the saint of love. I don't know exactly what his title would be. But the two main Saint Valentines that we point to is Saint Valentine of Rome, the one who married soldiers and single Christians
Mm-hmm.
because Claudius II banned them, thinking that single men were made better soldiers,
Mm-hmm.
or probably just it was out of persecution to Christians.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another Saint Valentine of Terni, Italy.
Okay.
He was a bishop, and he was also martyred under the same emperor. And he was more known for miracles, including restoring the sight of a blind girl. If we're going to go with one of those saints being the Saint Valentine that's associated with love,
Right.
I would assume it's the one that married people, not the one that healed people. That seems kind of weird to me that people still don't really.
But they're both saints. Like
They're both like
they're both
canonized
got
saints.
they got declared as
Yeah,
saints. We just don't know. Maybe we're just celebrating both of them. Or they're both of their legacies. Like
yeah,
cuz healing, performing healings and miracles, that's
exactly.
love. That's a loving thing to do.
But get this, and this was really interesting if it's true. It was the second Saint Valentine of Terni that healed the blind girl.
Okay.
He befriended his jailer, and his daughter was blind, and it was Saint Valentine of Terni that, through God, healed her.
Mhm.
But right before his execution, he wrote a letter to her, signing it from your Valentine.
Oh.
So maybe that's how the whole like passing Valentines
Uh-huh.
or, will you be my Valentine? I'll be your
Mhm.
Valentine kind of thing
Yeah.
got started.
Yeah. Yeah. Or
Eh,
maybe since everyone was named Valentine, he's like, she'll know it's
She'll
me
know
because
which
it's,
Valentine.
yeah, your Valentine, not just the
Yes.
Valentine down the street.
Yeah. Like I would love to see a census from the year 300
Yeah.
to see
How
how many
many are we
Valentines
talking?
there were.
What was the percentage?
Honestly, like the Catholic Church has gone back and forth on because they have like different feast days. And you may know this better than me, like coming from Louisiana and
Mm-hmm.
Mardi Gras and everything. They will venerate or celebrate certain saints on certain days. I don't think they all get
Mm-hmm.
holidays necessarily.
Right.
Um, but it was like 1969, they took them off the calendar for a while.
Oh.
But I feel like in 1969, Valentine's Day was way already a thing.
Yeah.
Like
Huh.
way already a thing.
Did they put him back on?
Yeah.
Or does he remain off?
I don't know as of recording. I mean,
Interesting.
maybe we'll have Saint Leslie Knope and just have Galentine's Day.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Leslie Knope for president.
Yes. And we all know she eventually made it.
I know she did.
Another kind of interesting Valentine lore is it, it's like in the Middle Ages and medieval times, it was already super old and people didn't know where the mythology came from. And so there were poets, Geoffrey Chaucer, okay,
Okay.
started writing stories about Saint Valentine and added in this like lore of it being a holiday. So
Oh.
it turned into like a chicken or the egg situation,
Uh-huh.
or even kind of like a uh, what is it, the grandfather paradox in time travel, that like it just keeps happening over and over
Uh-huh.
again, and like you don't know who started the loop of
Uh-huh.
what it actually was.
Right.
So here we are in 2026. Hallmark, Russell
Yeah.
Stover, Rose Farmers, dimly lit restaurants
Yes.
all make a lot of money
Yes.
off of this concept that we all
Mm-hmm.
just kind of believe in, but
Yeah.
we have a really, really hard time actually defining what it is that it is.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to me. And it's also
Yeah.
fascinating, like just human behavior.
Yeah. We're just all going along with it. Like,
Because the answer is, why do we do this? Well, because we've always done it.
yeah, we've just always done it.
Some,
Everyone else is doing it, and so if we don't do it, then
I
we've
mean,
got to be doing it.
there's lots of like more in-depth studies that I'm sure people could find, and I'm sure there's facts that people will correct me on. This is
Mm-hmm.
just a very cursory, you know,
Just for
overview.
funsies.
There's some writings that it could have to do with some pagan Roman holiday that had to do with
Right.
fertility. Although, the calendars weren't the same back then.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how it would make sense for it to be on February 14th when they didn't count the months the same way yet.
Right.
Like,
Right.
so it's fascinating, it's interesting, and I would challenge everyone to do more digging into
Yeah.
everything they do in their life.
Question everything.
Question everything. Go, why am I doing
Yes.
this?
Yes. Why do I brush my teeth? Because I don't want cavities.
Right. There's always an answer.
You just have to find it.
Yeah, just look for the answer.
Well, that's so
Now,
fascinating. I
yeah,
love hearing all of that. I didn't know that there was two ones in words of my son. There were two
two
ones.
ones.
Two ones of them.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So, speaking of passing Valentine's and doing
Uh-huh.
doing all that, in school,
Yeah.
did you pass out Valentine's and have a little
Yes.
box and all that kind of thing?
No, it was like a Walmart bag. They have really fancy boxes now. Like like boxes that you can put your Valentines in. No, but um so in grade school, like everyone got a Valentine. Like you just made one for your entire class, and then everyone passed them. And then we would do like little parties and things. But in high school, that's when it got juicy.
Yeah.
Okay. They sent out weeks before, they sent out these little love surveys, little matchmaking surveys, and you like answer the questions and like, you might have like swayed your answer because you're like, I like that guy over there and I know he likes this, so I'm going to put this answer. And then you get your results back and it gives you like your top 5 matches in the school.
And this was a
And
school sanctioned thing?
yes, and it was like $5. Like you paid $5. So like you didn't it wasn't mandatory, but like you could participate if you wanted to. And so
Who was
I
in charge of
I
it?
don't know. Maybe like the yearbook
Oh,
team.
that
I
makes
don't
sense.
know.
That makes sense.
Maybe. Like that would be my best guess. But yeah, it was so fun and I definitely got matched with some cuties, but
Ooh.
I don't nothing ever came of it, which is fine. I'm married now.
Yeah, you're not bitter about it or
I'm not
anything.
salty. What about you, Abby?
We definitely in elementary school did the little, like cut out
Hmm.
Valentines. They usually had some sort of theme, like from a cartoon that was popular at the time.
Yeah.
I think I really was preferential to the Fun Dip ones.
Oh, yes.
Loved the Fun Dip.
Yes. Isn't
And
that
my
so gross, though?
It's so disgusting now, but back then,
That was the bomb.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like it varied through the grades, but sometimes we had like shoebox and it was our little mailbox for the
Uh-huh.
Valentines, or sometimes it was a specific box where we just handed them out or got a big envelope or whatever it was, and we'd have little
Hmm.
parties and stuff like that. But I think it started in middle school. And like my school journey, we'll get into eventually, was
Yeah.
different than a lot of people. But at the time, for 2 years of middle school and 2 years, first 2 years of high school, I was in traditional school, private Christian school.
Hmm.
So we did not have the matchmaking stuff, probably
Man,
due to purity culture.
that's too secular.
Uh, but we did have, I guess you did it with the office. I'm not exactly sure how it worked itself out, the logistics of it. You could send carnations
Oh,
to different people. And so I think it was the yearbook or somebody else uh,
yeah.
that would deliver them throughout the day, like
Yeah.
when the free periods were. And your girl never got a carnation.
Oh my goodness. I wanted of either, so I would have sent you one. I would have sent you
Yeah,
one.
like if we were in school together,
100%.
we would have had so much fun and
I
gotten in a lot
know.
of trouble. But uh
That would have been fun.
it really would have been fun. I would have had friends in school.
Friend.
I would have had a friend.
No. I would have included you with my friend group.
Oh, good, thank you. Yeah, my
If I
best
had
friend
friends.
in
I might not have had
school
friends.
was my drama teacher,
Yes.
who I literally like. There'd be days like no, I didn't talk to a single soul except for her, and would eat lunch in her room when I felt too anxious to eat in the lunchroom. I mean, she was the bomb.com. This was our Galentine's Day episode. We hope that
Valentine's.
you have a wonderful February 13th with your
Whoop whoop.
girlfriends. Leave the
Go get you
husbands,
some
boyfriends,
breakfast and
dads.
frittatas.
Yeah, get some frittatas.
Yes.
Shout out to frittatas.
Yes.
They a good protein source,
Yeah.
easy to make, easy to eat.
Can't beat that.
No.
Get with your girlies, paint some candlesticks.
Paint some candlesticks.
Eat some clotted cream.
Yeah, get some embolized cream.
There you go. Thick. It's
Thick,
thick.
thick with two C's.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
Thanks for joining
goodness.
us. As usual, you can
Yes.
see all of our links in the description below. We are so happy to be doing this with you all. And anything else you want to say?
I'm just so thankful that you guys are here, if you're here. And thanks for joining us on this ride. And comment, leave us some positive feedback.
Yeah, tell us what you're doing with your girlfriends.
Yeah, tell us what you're doing. Or with yourself, if you don't have friends. That's fine too.
Yeah, consider this your Galentine's.
Yeah,
And
we're your
we're
friends.
your friends. We're having a
Yes.
ball with you. Oh my
So
gosh, that
much fun.
story you told was so funny. I was cry laughing and I couldn't breathe.
Which one? The coffee?
No,
Which one? Wait, oh, today.
the friend that we just made.
We just made.
The hypothetical
Our
friend.
fake friend. Yes, you're still there. You're still there.
Oh
Brianna
my
was not on this
gosh.
level.
We need to do an improv class.
I know, I do. I did one whenever I was 13.
When you were
Didn't
13? That's so
didn't
cute.
stick. It didn't stick. I was in Children of Eden.
Oh, goodness.
I was a yak in that. I was like all the extras.
So I'm not the only actor in this podcast I see.
You're the only good actor.
I don't know. Tell that to my agent. She's like, you haven't booked anything since June.
I I fully endorse Abby. She's got my professional and unprofessional endorsement.
Okay, thank you. I really
And my
appreciate
word
that.
means a lot.
It does. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, you tell your agent that.
I will.
They can call me. Have your people call my people,
Yeah,
and
be
I
like,
will tell them
get her on the Tonight Show.
she's going to be there
Stay blessed.
and highly medicated.